How much does Google Analytics 360 cost? This is probably the most frequently asked question we hear from companies considering purchasing the paid version of Google Analytics. In this video, I will answer that question for you. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Maris Michalczuk, and together with Conversion, we help companies understand and better utilize online data on a daily basis. On this channel, you will find specific solutions using online data for your business. If you are interested in the practical application of web analytics, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. After watching the material, if you find it valuable, please also give it a thumbs up. You already know that Google Analytics 360 is for you. If you don't know this yet, I encourage you to watch the previous episode from the GA360 ebook series, which we recorded some time ago, where we answer how to decide if your organization needs Google Analytics 360. However, after deciding that we do indeed need it, the second most frequently asked question is about how much this tool actually costs. This video is also a visualization of our ebook about GA360, which you can find linked in the description of this video. In my opinion, it is the most comprehensive material regarding the paid version of Google Analytics. When it comes to the price of a GA360 license, it depends on three things. It is the number of specific events, the account structure we want to apply, and the region we are in. When it comes to the number of events, we need to understand that this number of events is not exactly what we see in our interface. Indeed, as a matter of fact, this number of billable events is the result of three things. It includes all the events we generate, minus the number of user engagement events, minus the number of so-called hidden systems events, and minus the number of spam events. As a rule, when it comes to spam traffic and hidden systems, this is traffic that is defined as something that intentionally wants to increase your engagement, for which Google simply cannot charge you, somewhat like in the case of Google Ads, where so-called malicious clicks are not charged, and other similar activities, which are generally considered to be such as. When it comes to user engagement, it is an event that is a system event related to how users engage in various ways and interactions with the system in different contexts. And now, how to estimate whether the number of events will actually be subject to our billing. When we are in the interface of our GA4, we go to the Reports tab. Then in the Engagement section, we select Events. It is best to choose the last 90 days period. After the 90-day period, we see the event count here, which is the sum of all events generated. At this moment, it is over 2,200,000. We subtract the number of spam and hidden system events from this. These are not visible here. The system automatically detects which events are actually malicious, so to speak, clicks, and they are reduced post factum when your data flows into the service. And now, when it comes to having defined the events that will be accounted for, the second step in all of this is to consider whether we will be using rollup property or subproperty, because in this case, they will be accounted for a bit differently. When we want to use rollup property, and let's assume that in source property XYZ, as you can see now on the screen, we have 10 million each, and we want all these events to be visible simultaneously in the rollup property. Then we multiply those events by half, meaning the sum of all these source properties is multiplied by 1/2. In total, we then have 45 million events subject to accounting. The 10 million for estimation is just as I showed based on Google Analytics 4. The second option is to consider subproperties, and in the case of subproperties, it will work similarly. If we have one main source property where we estimated this based on GA4, and we know that we want to have several subproperties that will collect some of these events, then in such a case, we multiply the number of events collected from each subproperty by 1/2 as well. So, it is very important when estimating the investment in GA360 in the context of budgeting to remember that we not only estimate the events we have, but also the future structure that we will be using. And now the question is probably what is included in the license cost, and the final price will be divided into two components. Firstly, this will be the price for up to 25 million events per month, and this will be the base price. If we go below this threshold, no matter how much lower the level is, we will still be paying for 25 million events. Beyond this threshold, the price will be the result of how many times, how many millions of times, the price for each additional generated million. Importantly, the more events we generate, the significantly lower the cost per additional million will be. So, the more traffic we generate, the forecast won't be linear. Instead, each additional million will be cheaper to acquire, and in this way, it will be the monthly price. Now, the question is, what will the final price be? As you can see, it depends on several factors, and it will vary in your case. From my experience, based on handling several dozen Google Analytics 360 licenses, I can say that in 80% of cases, the license cost ranges between 3,000 to 4,000 euros per month. And of course, it will specifically depend on how many events you have, what your account structure is, and in which region. Of course, we are talking about our CE region here, so this is not a decisive factor, because if you operate in CE, this pricing, this region will apply to you. However, the two biggest factors affecting your final price are actually how many events you generate and what kind of account structure you have. I also hope that I have helped you answer this question specifically. If you need more details and would like to estimate how much the investment in Google Analytics 360 will be in your particular case, feel free to contact me directly. If you want more information about the paid version of Google Analytics, I encourage you once again to use the link in the description, which links to the full version of our ebook. In the meantime, thanks for your attention. See you, hear you, bye.